In the moment we have a building protection notice. This notice is only for 6 months. And if the English Heritage should decide against the listing of this building, basically the next day the new owner can destroy just the building without asking any questions basically, and that's of course our fear. We started with a paper petition, and we had great help with the local shops in this area because they supported the idea to keep this building. Because for us all it's basically a landmark, and we want to keep it as part of our heritage. Of course, lots of people went around, knocked to the doors of neighbors basically, asked them to sign the petition, show their support. We set up a Facebook group, and people can exchange their ideas over it, can show their support, can ask questions, can make basically discussions as well. I think that's helped really people to understand that it's not just a local thing. People all over the world signed up to this Facebook group to get involved. Lots of people who lived in this area here in the past, living now for example up road, they signed up, had a look, had a discussion, told us basically about the background, told us what it means for them, this building. Basically the online petition shows that we want basically to get more people involved. And of course the electronic way is an easy way because everyone can do it from home. So you just need to enter the name, the address, and that's it. And even people who move to other countries but coming from this area signed this petition because they're thinking it's a really nice building and it's basically our heritage. So they used basically the online petition to get involved as well. We have as well an online blog. In this online blog people can get updates, can starting discussions and get some ideas what's going on in the moment, because I think it's a problem that we can't inform everyone directly, so they can just log in, look on the news on the blog, can get involved, can see what options they have to help us basically. So can from there sending us emails, send nice comments, and of course have all the links to the newspapers, even when there's an online commentary and stuff like that. People have direct access to it. They can straight away give their comments, even say, well, it's a good idea what you had, but when you do it slightly different way, you can reach more people. I think that was very helpful. Up to 500 people visited our site so far per day. Of course, there's sometimes a bit less, but sometimes it's around 500 people basically. They used quite a lot the option to discuss things online. Basically, when we have the news, we put them online, some nice pictures on it, and people discussed this news, giving us even tips. There were a campaigner from other parts of the country giving us and some information what were quite useful. The comments we saw as well that some people are worried what happens again to the Say Hotel. They were worried that it's starting as a pub again. But what we know from the contract what the builder has with the previous owner, it's clearly stated that they can't open a pub or a nightclub. So we don't know what happens to the Say Hotel, what their plan will be now. But we can clearly say it will not be a pub anymore. Well, the funny thing was, as I was knocking on the door to ask people to sign the petition, they were quite surprised that, well, young German basically asking to support a local building. So they asked me lots of questions, why I wanted to protect this building or when I'm involved in this campaign. And as I heard that I'm from Germany, they started, of course, asking questions about the whole thing. Were really interesting in the background of the whole story. Well, I told them basically that I'm living more than 3 years in this country, and the Say Hotel is for me you can say basically a sign of home. Always when I come after work home, I see this tower from the Say Hotel and just feeling, well, I'm home now. In Germany it's not so easy to destroy an old building, because when a house has a certain age, automatically it gets some sort of listing or protection. If the owner decided against that, he can easily appeal against this decision. But then it's basically that someone from the government comes around, checks the building, sees if there were any alternation, what would say or indicate this building should be not listed. But otherwise, it's an automatical process, really. The new buildings, it's a good question. Looking basically all the same. They're looking nice when they're just fresh built, but after a year, they're looking really horrible. I mean, there's, for example, a building in the middle of Sale where the tram station is. I don't want to say it looks very horrible, but in the end of the day, it looks not very nice anymore. Lots of people asked us about this building, and said it was horrible that the council has agreed to get this building built in this place. And it's the same when you drive this way. What you're seeing is basically on the left hand the nice tram station. I think it's a Victorian station, so it doesn't fit with the whole concept in the one from Sale. New buildings, the upper side of old buildings, they have no character anymore. We talked to lots of people in this campaign, and nearly all of them were in favor to keep this building. They didn't want to have a new constructed building was destroy the view. I mean, on the upper side of the Sale Hotel there's a park, lots of local people going to this park. And of course, they don't want to have the big block of flats or something like that. There was even a rumor to say that there was plans to open a new supermarket. And of course, with Sale More, with the small, nice shops, that would basically destroy all the community here. It was very disappointing and very sad to see that English people have not the power to go against one of this decision. And I think the local council should get more involved basically in the whole thing and give the support to the local people.